Harrison, we're so happy to have you with us today. We have like so many things that we want to share with the community about NFTrade. So why don't you start and like give us a quick introduction about yourself and also NFTrade?
Sure. Yeah. So starting with NFTrade, we're a multi-chain and blockchain agnostic NFT marketplace platform and indexer. So right now we're live on 6 mainnets: Moonbeam, Moonriver, Ethereum, Polygon, Avalanche, and BNB chain. We're decentralized and non-custodial, so sticking with the ethos of blockchain, allowing users to create, buy, sell, trade, and earn NFTs with full custody over their assets at all times. I'm the head of communications, so I do a lot of the forward-facing material, different marketing and biz dev operations, as well as just evangelizing the ecosystem and teaching people about NFTrade in general.
Excellent. And like, I'm curious to know, what were you doing before NFTrade? What's your background?
Yeah, so I've been in the crypto space since late 2016. I actually discovered Ethereum before Bitcoin. I thought the concept of decentralized applications was super fascinating, allowing users to actually own and be a part of these ecosystems and gain while the ecosystem grows. I thought was really, really intuitive and made sense to me. So I started from the financial and economic side, did writing for a variety of crypto news outlets as well as news projects. And that kind of led me to the more private end where moved directly to working with projects as well as different founders, and started working with NFTrade a little over a year ago.
Excellent. That's an amazing background. So like, I know you guys like have deployed in multiple chains. You're definitely like a multi-chain, and like NFT platform. So like, explain us, why do you choose Moonbeam? How like did you guys decided to like deploy Moonriver and Moonbeam?
Sure. Yeah. So we're definitely extremely interested in the Polkadot ecosystem. We believe that interoperability is going to be the future of blockchain applications, especially from the gaming side, which is something we're very interested in, because gaming and NFTs are a very good match in terms of users being able to actually own and control the assets that they've been working for. So Moonbeam and Moonriver were just a natural fit because they were a much easier bridge over to the Polkadot and Kusama ecosystems. So we were watching, as the Moonbeam deployment was underway. It was on our radar, and then once it was actually live, we implemented it relatively quickly. So we're watching the Moonbeam ecosystem grow. We're starting to connect with a lot of different profile pictures as well as upcoming gaming partners and DeFi platforms. So if there's a relevant NFT ecosystem within a chain, it's something we want to support. And Moonbeam and Moonriver definitely hit that prioritization aspect for us.
That is amazing to know. And like, we definitely love to work with you guys as well. How has been the experience working with the Moonbeam team?
It's been great, super helpful, both from the technical and business development sides, always there to ask us, to answer our questions. And yeah, they've been great. Really happy working with them so far.
Hello.
And we have Mateo again here. Yeah. So yes, like to keep you in mind, like we were talking about like the experience of how, like the NFTrade team working with Moonbeam. So I'm actually curious to know. So like you guys have deployed like a couple months ago. You've been like live on Moonbeam. How has been like the activity coming from the community?
So far, it's been pretty active. It's not our most active chain right now, but it's also a very early ecosystem that's still growing. So there's a lot of really cool games, for example, that are getting ready to launch in the next couple months. We think this is really going to start to kickstart that action and really push a lot more volume and a lot more usage, both from Moonbeam and Moonriver.
Perfect. Mateo, you want to continue with the next questions? Awesome.
Yes, I don't know if you asked this, Kathy, but I wanted to hear about a little bit an overview about NFTrade in general. Like, what's it about?
Yeah, so at the heart, we just want to be a one-stop shop for all NFT interactions. I was telling Kathy before, but we think interoperability is a massive factor and will be a big player in the long run of blockchain applications, decentralized applications. So right now, there's so many different layer ones competing, especially against Ethereum with high transaction fees. They're offering a very valuable alternative. So we want to be able to just provide a one-stop shop where you don't have to hop around different applications. You have your MetaMask wallet. Even if you're interacting with different games, different collections, different layer ones, you can access everything from one easy and intuitive platform. So that's what we're building. really just the technological infrastructure. We're not focused on, the next celebrity drop or anything like that. We really just want to provide the hard infrastructure for users to be able to easily interact with each other.
So I have actually a follow-up question over here. So like I can understand that you guys have this solution that is oriented to like dApp builders, but also end users. Can you like differentiate like the use cases? What can end users can do in NFTrade and what can developers do?
Yeah, so from the development side, we do have all different types of tools. One thing that's kind of an example that crosses over that bridge between development and users is our NFT farming. So this is a staking application, a one-sided staking application where users stake a native token, and instead of earning additional tokens and diluting that token supply, they can earn collectible or utility-based NFTs. So it adds some additional token utility, locks up that liquidity, and provides users a direct way to benefit. So beyond that, we do have a testnet in place. We set up customizable and verified collection pages so that project developers can ensure that their users will be interacting with the correct contract address. And then we also just support a variety of different metadata standards, token standards. So if you have a project, you'll pretty much be able to host it regardless of the actual underlying technology. From the user end, we want to make it as simple as possible. We have a lot of drag and drop aspects that aren't really available on other applications right now. We'll get a little bit more into that in the demo, but essentially just providing the smart contract infrastructure for users to interact, but without actually having to do any of the technological stuff behind it. So our peer-to-peer swapping, which is an escrowed and decentralized trading mechanism, which essentially allows two users to safely and trustlessly interact with no counterparty risk. We have drag and drop creation. So when you're making your own NFTs, you control the contract address. All of the NFTs are owned by the actual MetaMask wallet. There's no shared wallet. We have no custody at any point. So you don't need any technical experience to do this. You just need a video, a GIF, a picture, a description that you want to add, and then you can mint with full sovereignty over the assets. So really just, whatever either side needs from the development or user side, we just want to make it as simple as possible.
And I wanted to ask, like, from the selling point, what kind of sales do you have? Like auctions? Do you have like what kind of ways can a seller put their NFT there on NFTrade?
Yeah, so right now it's buying, selling, swapping, and making offers. We're going to have an auction mechanism out soon. Right now, we're working on a couple other features because our offers option does kind of fill in there. So for example, if you have an NFT listed for a price, or even if it's not listed, I can come in and make an offer on that, and that you get notified when your wallet's connected. So even if you're coming in for the first time, never using NFTrade, there's no sign-up process, but once you connect your wallet, you'll see that notification saying, Harrison made an offer on your NFT. You can either then accept, decline, or counter offer. So traditional buying and selling, you list it for a price, I buy it at the stated price, or we can make offers, or we can actually trade multiple NFTs for a single NFT, NFTs within the same ecosystem, NFTs across different games. Right now, it's only accessible within the same chain, but soon we're also going to have cross-chain interactions as well. So using your Glimmer to buy a Moonriver NFT, trading Moonriver NFTs for Ethereum NFTs, really make it much more fluid.
Nice. And how about when a user wants to sell is NFTrade focused more on a specific type of NFTs or general like NFTs, like in-game assets or art, or what kind of NFTs can a user find on NFTrade?
Yeah, so you can find really everything. There's no one specific type of NFT we're focusing on. I would say right now, the majority of our volume is more in the gaming and utility side of things, but we also have tons of different profile picture collections, and that's also, the bread and butter of NFTrade. So if you're a new artist, especially if you don't have technological experience, it's a really easy way for you to create without having to create to a shared contract. Then you can easily list it, you can promote it, you can sell it, you can make multiple quantities. We also do different marketing campaigns, happy to promote people that are getting involved in the ecosystem, especially if they're very talented, if they're just learning, happy to help them along the way. So we support every asset. We're definitely not favoring a single type of NFT over the other. We're letting the market determine what they want to buy.
Nice. And well, I think I wanted to jump into the third question we have ready, and I wanted to ask you about the roadmap of NFTrade on Moonbeam and Moonriver. Is there any exciting news that you have for the community? What's coming up in the future?
Sure. Yeah. So one thing that's coming up really soon that could be cool for the Moonbeam and Moonriver community is our launchpad. So this is going to be an INO and IDO launchpad. So INO is initial NFT offering for new NFT launches, and then IDO, initial decentralized exchange offering for token launches. So high quality Moonbeam projects, games, DeFi platforms, they'll be able to tap into our community base, raise funds, have a ready-made support base of users. Our users are pretty crypto and techno native because they're interacting with all of these different layer ones. They're not even on necessarily Ethereum only, they're hopping all over the place. So if it's a valuable project, if it's an interesting project, they are open to backing it and open to getting involved. So we want to kind of find the top projects within each ecosystem and then make those accessible to our community. So that's going to be really exciting, both from the developer side as well as the user side. If you're involved in the NFTrade community, if you have our tokens, then you'll be able to access these new sales. Beyond that, we do have some other features we're going to be launching. We're going to be launching our first Moonbeam NFT farms coming up soon. So users will be able to stake tokens to earn NFTs within these different gaming ecosystems. We're going to have our interoperability feature probably by the end of this year, so that Moonbeam, Moonriver, Polkadot, Ethereum, everyone will be able to interact with each other. And yeah, that's kind of the biggest aspects we're focusing on in terms of Moonbeam and Moonriver.
That is amazing, Harrison. And I have actually one question. You mentioned that you are in multiple chains. How many chains is NFTrade?
Yeah, so right now we're live on 6 mainnets. Okay. We wanna our goal is to have 20 by the end of the year. This is a little easier from the EVM side, Ethereum Virtual Machine, which is the underlying structure of different chains. So if the chain is EVM based, it's a much easier integration. We're also getting ready to add Solana, Immutable X, and then Phantom, Chronos, Arbitrum, Optimism. Eventually, like I said, we do want to support every chain. It's kind of a matter of priorities. But yeah, right now, 6 mainnets.
That is amazing. And I also remember that you mentioned that Moonbeam has an NFT collection, right? So from that collection that Moonbeam has, which collection is the most active? I'm curious.
Yeah. So Moonbeam does have a couple different collections. I would say Glimmer Jungle is the most active right now. That's where we're seeing the highest sales so far. But there's also, Moonbeam Punks, MoonDAO, lots of different collections with their own communities that are all starting to see some action. But Glimmer Jungle is the biggest, but I'm really looking forward to some of the games that are coming, like Exiled Racers, Seascape. So these are going to be really, really cool, and we're excited to work with them and host them as well.
That is amazing. Yeah, I'm also excited to see more play to earn games coming to our ecosystem that we can also, play. It's going to be fun. That is amazing. So, Mateo, we have some questions here from that community. But before going to the questions, we are going to have a trivia game after that demonstration and questions. So, guys, all the questions that we're doing, have the answers. So pay attention, because the winners will get NFT rewards that are going to be minted actually now on the demonstration. So Mateo, I'll let you take the stage for the questions.
Yes, thank you. So we have a question right here. What would you say are the differences with Unique Network? I don't know if you're familiar with that project.
I don't know Unique Network, actually. Is that a Moonbeam project?
I think it's not a Moonbeam project, but I think it's a marketplace that's on multiple chains.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm not fully sure about Unique Network, but I'll tell you just some of the different features of NFTrade that we don't see on a lot of other marketplaces. One important one is it's a Kusama project. Gotcha. So yeah, I don't know the full underlying infrastructure, but some of the stuff that's really nice about NFTrade, one factor is our off-chain listings. So there's two types of marketplaces, an on-chain marketplace and an off-chain marketplace. This involves custody over assets. So on an on-chain marketplace, you're actually depositing your NFT within their smart contract. You're giving up the custody of that. So let's say it's a play-to-earn game or some sort of node that the NFT represents. If it's earning tokens, that token will go to the deposited smart contract. So it'll actually be the exchange that's earning, not the user's wallet. So as an off-chain marketplace, you can still list your NFT for sale while remaining, the custodian up until the point of sale. So if you're playing it on other games, or if you're using it in other ecosystems, or if you want to just make sure that you're the one keeping it, you'll be able to have full control over it at all times. We're also multi-chain compatible, like I was saying. Currently, we charge a 0% transaction fee for users. This will change in the future, but our goal is to drive as much value back to our token holders and our users as possible. I don't want to give away too much yet, but that's definitely a very important part of our future, is driving our revenue and our volume back into our back into our stakeholders and our token holders and everyone that's actually involved in the project. So the creation side is easy. We host multiple test nets for projects as well as users to understand what their minting or NFTs will look like before they go live. And then we also have our peer-to-peer swapping. So this is also very cool for games. I don't know if you guys are card collectors or play multiplayer games, but being able to trade safely is super important in these ecosystems. So we built out that infrastructure. We also have a cross-marketplace royalty solution. So we can set this up for any project creator that allows them to recognize royalties for themselves or reflect it back to their community on any transaction. So whether it's on our exchange, on the Unique exchange, on OpenSea, on Rarible, any marketplace, even a peer-to-peer transaction, both the creators and potentially the collection holders will be able to get either those fees or those reflections. So yeah, just trying to provide what we see as necessary for the marketplace and make sure that our users and these project creators have as much control throughout the entire process.
Nice. That sounds really exciting. I can't wait to try it out. And I think we have another question. I think it's interesting. Are you in contact with Remark team? Do you plan on supporting the Remark 3.0 NFTs that when it comes to Moonbeam, Moonriver?
So we're not talking with the Remark team. Sounds like we definitely should be, though. If they're going to be launching on Moonbeam and Moonriver, we'll definitely be hosting their NFTs. We're an NFT indexer. So what that means is right when the NFTs are deployed, they're automatically available for trading on NFTrade. There's no registration process. We do verify collections. So this is where that collaboration would come in, make sure that we have the right pictures up, the right background, the right information, the right social links. But users will be able to interact with those NFTs right when they're deployed on Moonriver or Moonbeam.
Nice, amazing. And what about, I have a question here about NFTD. I think that's your token. And they're asking when Binance.
Yeah, that's a question we all want to know. So BNB Chain Fund actually made a strategic acquisition of our token about 2 months ago. They're one of Binance's VC arms. All of these different entities aren't all directly related, but we're working closely with some of the members of the Binance team. They also believe in interoperability in the future, which I think is super interesting because they do have their own native chain, but they understand that there's communities and activity all across these different ecosystems. So they're definitely flexible, and we'll let you guys know when we're getting listed there, hopefully.
Yeah. Soon. And I have another question here about will NFTs like user avatar will be sold? And if so, will the owners get rewards for holding these NFTs like the user app?
Yeah, so this depends on the collection. If the contract creators make it so that a portion of each sale is reflected back to the token holders, then each NFT holder will get a portion of those sales. So this isn't something we have control over. We're just facilitating the peer-to-peer interactions. So if that project decides to implement this structure, that's something we fully support. And you'll actually be able to claim those royalties directly within our collection page. So if that's the case, of their infrastructure, then yeah, we can definitely support that, and it will be supported natively.
Amazing.
Awesome.
And well, I have maybe one last question I wanted to ask you. Do you plan maybe you're on multiple chains, so do you maybe plan to integrate a bridge that's directly linked to your website or something like that to move NFTs around different chains?
Yeah, so that's something we're working with now. Previously, we were going to build an in-house solution, but we have a lot of great partners. Right now, we're working with Muon. They're an interoperability bridge. Right now, I'm pretty sure they're live on all EVMs. So that would allow Moonbeam, Moonriver, Ethereum, Polygon, BNB, and Avalanche, all those chains that we support to trade NFTs within their ecosystems. So this will be coming soon, definitely sooner rather than later. So yeah, you'll be able to trade NFTs everywhere, every chain.
Nice.
That's
And
amazing.
Polygon is part of the chains, right?
Yep. Polygon was one of our first. We also work pretty closely with the Polygon team as well.
That is amazing. So I actually want to see NFTrade in action. Harrison, can you take the stage and show us how can our community can interact with the NFTrade platform?
Sure. So should we start the demo?
Go for it.
Great.
So in the meantime, after the demo finalizes, we're gonna do a trivia game. So stay tuned. In this trivia, there are gonna be 3 winners that are gonna be selected by the platform based on how fast do you respond the question, but also that the question is correct, of course. So the winners are gonna get NFTs from the NFTrade team that are actually gonna be minted now. So the stage is yours, Harrison.
Cool. Yeah. So first I'll just start with the actual creation aspect, and then I'll show you how the swapping mechanism works, as well as the buying and connecting. So like I said, you don't need any sign up, fully decentralized. So you just connect your wallet and you're ready to go. So NFTrade wallet, you're live on Moonbeam right now. That depends on your MetaMask. So you can choose any network that we support. So this is our homepage. You can see some of exclusive collections, and to create, all you have to do is go to the create button. So the first thing I'm going to do is create the contract collection address. This is where the NFTs will be minted. This is something that'll be fully controlled by our wallet, the Creator wallet. So there's no shared contract or anything like that. So let's call it NFTrade times Moonbeam Universe. We can make the token symbol of the NFTs, NFTD Glimmer. Those are both of our tokens. You verify you're minting a collection that you have the rights to, and then you approve our terms. You create the collection, you confirm, and then once it's validated by the blockchain, the collection will be created and we can actually start minting those individual NFTs. Let's see how it's going on the Explorer. All right, looks like it's confirmed. So yes, the collection was created and now we can start minting. So the first NFT we'll be doing is the first place prize. I'll drag that over, choose the file you want, press open, and then it's going to show a preview. We can call it NFTrade times Moonbeam Universe first place. So now you add your description. It says the first place prize for the quiz following NFTrade's Moonbeam Universe discussion. So if you wanted to, you could add different properties or values. This is more for the gaming side, but also for profile pictures. So now you choose the collection that you want to mint to. Press create. So once this confirms, the minting will be complete, and then we'll actually be able to see the asset. So it's confirmed. The minting was created. You can see this is the same collection contract address that we initially chose. So sometimes it does take a couple minutes depending on the RPC node for the NFT to show up, but let's see. So you can see here's the collection we made. This is something we could customize. So if you're a creator or a different project, you'd be able to do custom icon, custom banner, custom description, and I'll actually customize this afterwards and verify it so that the project winners, the prize winners, know that they're getting the correct NFT. So here you go. Now you can see here's the first place prize. So we can scroll down. I'm having, if you look at the description, you can see this is the first place prize for the quiz following NFTrade's Moonbeam Universe discussion. So now let's say I won this prize and I wanted to trade it for something else. So let's go to the swapping mechanism. There's two options right now, the marketplace where you can just buy and make offers, or the swapping for trading. Right now it's only available within the same contract address. So let's choose something on Moonbeam. So we were talking about Glimmer Jungle before. Let's pick a Glimmer Jungle one. So when you propose the trade offer, it then brings up the other user's wallet. So you can see the other NFTs that are available within their wallet. So this is the first one that I made for trade. Let's say I wanted to add another one. So then you can add as many as you like, depending on the user's wallet. You add the NFT that you want to trade. You press trade, confirm. So we do have a feature to protect fraud that unverified collections can't trade with verified collections right now. So once I verify this collection, all you have to do is press trade, confirm, sign the transaction, and then it'll get sent to the other user to accept, reject, or counteroffer. And then it comes up directly in their notifications. So as you can see, the creation process is super, super intuitive. All it is essentially dragging and dropping. And if I wanted to create the second one, we can do that as well. So you can see this is the same collection contract address we minted before. Now we choose the next file. So let's choose the second place one. So NFTrade times Moonbeam Universe, second place.
In the meantime, if like anyone in the audience have questions during the demo, or like there's any step that is not clear, like please let us know. But yeah, this is super interesting, Harrison. We're definitely learning a lot from like the process.
Yes, I really like the swap. It's an interesting mechanism.
Yeah, and we think it's going to be useful more and more, especially when we go cross-chain. Imagine if you have a Bored Ape or a CryptoPunk, you can now use that in other ecosystems as well as trade it for other assets. So, however many Glimmer it costs to buy one CryptoPunk, you'll be able to do that.
So you're going to be able to swap between chains, not only on the same chain.
Exactly, yeah. Right now it's only on the same chain, but it will be coming cross-chain interoperability soon.
That's an interesting question here. Can you do a swap plus maybe add a difference in price?
Yeah, so this is a request we get from a lot of our gaming partners. This is something we're going to have soon as well. This is a priority for us because when you're doing just a trade of assets, there can be that differentiation. So being able to add a little cryptocurrency on the end makes it a much more even deal. So this will be something coming soon. I'll definitely make sure to notify that Moonbeam community once that's live. So just want to double check the data because once it's minted, everything's on chain, so can't change it. NFTrade Moonbeam Universe, second place prize, create it. And then once again, sign the transaction, pay the gas fee.
I'm really impressed with the user experience and how easy it is to create it. Like that's one of the things that I will highlight from the platform as well.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, we know that there's so many amazing creators right now that want to get involved, but they don't know how to do it properly. So we're essentially just the middleman. We're not doing any of the actual minting. We're just providing the contracts and the infrastructure for anyone to do it on their own. So you can see same contract address. This is the second token ID, token number 2, because we minted the first place prize, and we can mint more. So I think for now, that was a good demonstration. I'll mint the third and final one afterwards, and then we can distribute it directly. We have a really easy transfer process as well. So when you go to My NFTs, it shows you your different NFTs. And then if you don't want to actually sell it and just want to send it to another wallet, you just press these 3 buttons, press transfer NFT, put in the wallet address you want to send to, put in approve the terms, and then it gets transferred right away. So any type of interaction you want, it's there. You can see once we verify the collection, this will be the collection contract description. This is the actual NFT description. And then we'll be able to track the sales history. You can track the provenance, so when it was minted, who minted it, and then you can see similar NFTs that are also within the same collection.
So quick question here, because like a lot of artists or like also like NFT builders might be asking like, why is it required to get verified? What's the process? What's the security process that you guys put in place?
Sure. Yeah. So it's not required to get verified. Verification is just another level of security and transparency for end users. Generally, if you're an artist, let's say you're making a profile picture collection or your own NFTs, we need to see at least 20% of the collection publicly minted and $10,000 in secondary trading volume. This is kind of just to establish that there's secondary interest and that there's actually a user base of people that want to be interacting with these assets. We do also have an artist badge. So we have different badges. We have a verification badge, trending collection. So if you are an artist, if you're making something handmade or computer generated, even if it's not verified, we can still give you that artistic badge so that your users will know that you're interacting with the right collection. And then once you hit that threshold for verification, then you'll also receive our blue check mark. Beyond that, we do require these verified projects to show us a proof of concept that they're the original creators. So even if you hired someone or using a studio, we want to see some sort of mock-up to verify that you were the ones that were actually creating these NFTs. And yeah, beyond that, it's a pretty simple process. Then we just need an icon and a banner, and then the social links. Everything else we just read on chain and aggregate all of that data onto the collection.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Final question before we go to the trivia. How can the community get involved with NFTrade? What are like your channels? I'm also going to share some links here in the chat.
Yeah, so we have a Discord, we have Twitter, we have Telegram. We're always available on pretty much all of those platforms. Our DMs are open, especially on Twitter. If you're a new project, if you're a creator, if you have questions, we're always happy to help. We're always open to suggestions. Because we really want to build the ecosystem that users want. So if there's something that's missing, we'd be happy to hear it and happy to have that insight. Beyond that, we always have people on our Discord and our Telegram, community managers that can always help. And then if you're a creator, you can send us an email, services@nftrade.com, or just send us a Twitter DM, and we'll definitely, get in contact pretty quick.
Awesome. That is amazing. Thank you so much, Harrison. So now let's move to another fun part, that is the trivia. So I'm going to share my screen here. And I'm also going to share the instructions with our community. So can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. So this is the trivia. You guys can connect or like by scanning this QR or by going to kahoot.it and putting this game pin. So we're going to give some minutes for people to connect here. The platform is going to require your email because that's the way NFTrade is going to contact you to get your address and send the NFTs your way. But no worries, these emails are not going to be public. Here is what is going to appear is only your nickname. So you guys can start connecting, and we're going to see here some names popping up. Okay, guys, don't be shy. Curly just joined. Perfect. Okay. We have one person. Who else is joining? That is KJ. Nice. Nice. We're going to give another 2 minutes for everyone to connect.
In the meantime, I'll create the third place prize so we can get that out right away.
Excellent. Love that. Perfect. And like the trivia is going to have 5 questions. Each question, you're going to see the options on the screen, but you're also going to be able to see them from your phone. You have to select the question. What Kahoot does, that's a platform that we use, is pretty much going to select the winner based on the correct question, but also how fast you're responding it. All the answers were given during the presentation. So if you guys were like paying attention, then you have more chances to be the winner. So we're going to give 1 more minute and then we are going to start the trivia. I love that trivia part. It's so fun.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so 1 minute has passed and then we're going to go to start. Perfect. 3, 2, 1. And here we go. The first question is, what feature is not yet available on NFTrade? There are 4 options here. NFT farming, cross-chain interactions, NFT indexing, and peer-to-peer swapping. 6 more seconds for the answers. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, so we had 4 people actually that responded correctly. Harrison, do you have any comment on this question? Like, are you guys planning to like include cross-chain interactions at some point?
Yeah, so our cross chain will be live before the end of the year. We're working with our partners now to get it up and running. Going to be really, really great. So expect that to come soon, but not yet live.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, guys, next question. Let's see first who were the ones who like responded correctly. Okay, so we have Monte Crypto, Ben Tigro, Ether Crypto on like the first position. You guys were the fastest responding. So let's see how we do with the next question. Multi-select. What does it mean to be an NFT indexer? There are 4 options here. 3 answers, 4 answers. There are 4, 3, 2, 1.
Come on, guys.
We helped all launch NFTs on all of our integrated chains when they deployed. Harrison, can you tell us more about like what this means?
Yeah, so I know sometimes it can be a little confusing to understand the difference between an aggregator and an indexer. An aggregator would essentially be taking all of the NFTs from other marketplaces and hosting them within the NFTrade interface. As an indexer, it means once the NFT is deployed, we're actually indexing each blockchain, adding that data automatically. So right when it's created, it's available for interaction on NFTrade.
Okay, gotcha. Perfect. So we got 3 questions or where 3 people that responded correctly. So let's see how the leaderboard has changed. So we see Monte Crypto keeping her first position. Like actually the first 3 positions are strong here. I love that. Yeah. Okay, so next question. How many blockchain networks are currently live on NFTrade? I made the question literally in purpose. So guys.
Yes, we gave some hints before.
Right? 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's Yes. Okay. We got like the majority. Okay. So there are like 6 chains where NFTrade is live. And I think, Harrison, you mentioned that by the end of the year, you guys want to be in 20 networks, right?
Yeah. So we should be at 9 by the end of May, maybe mid-June. That'll be Solana, Immutable, and Phantom. And then, yeah, beyond that, we'll also be working on some other integrations.
Amazing. And during the recording, like if you guys like came late to the session, Mateo also made a very interesting question about like bridging between like these networks on NFTrade. So I think that you guys can like learn more about the exciting roadmap that NFTrade has. Okay, so let's see if something changed in the leaderboard. Aha. So we
Oh,
see
Monte Crypto losing positions.
Yep. Look at that. So Benticro like took the same position. Yesi went up, and Monte Crypto is still on the first three positions. But okay, so let's see. There are like two more questions, so anything can happen. Next question. What is the goal of NFTrade? And this, just to give you a hint, it's one answer. It said multi-selection, but it's one selection. Just wanted to clarify that to be fair with all of you.
Trick
Okay.
question.
It's coming. Perfect. Okay. So actually, the goal was like all of above. They want to act as a one-stop shop for all NFT, creating, buying, selling, etc. They also want to facilitate all NFT transactions. So we saw in the demo, it's so easy to like mint an NFT on NFTrade, and also provide a safe, decentralized, and non-custodial NFT infrastructure for users. Harrison, do you have anything to comment here on this question?
I think that sums it up pretty well. A little bit of a trick question because we do all of those things, but it's kind of the amalgamation of everything is what we're going for.
Perfect. Awesome. So let's see if there was any change in the leaderboard. Monte Crypto taking his place up again. Love that. We have Venticro on the top, Jesse going to the third position, and then we have Roger and Ether Crypto fighting there to get to the top. So, okay, last question, guys. This can change a lot of things on the leaderboard. Which Moonbeam NFT collection has the highest current sale on NFTrade, meaning that they're also the most active? We said the answer to this question, right, Mateo?
We definitely did.
Plenty of times.
Multiple times, exactly. Yeah, exactly. What's the correct answer? We'll see. Okay. Yes, that was
The most correct question in the
love that. Awesome. So yes, Glimmering Jungle is currently the most active collection on NFTrade, but also Harrison mentioned that there are other active collections that you guys can find in the platform. So let's see how the final leaderboard is. The podium. Third position, Monte Crypto. Congratulations. Second place, Jesse. And third place, Venticro, who kept his first position. So congratulations, guys. You we're gonna like share your emails with the NFTrade team, and they're gonna coordinate with you the distribution of your rewards. But thank you so much for participating. The trivias are always super fun. So yeah, congratulations to the winners. And we're actually arriving to our last part of the session. So I don't know, like Mateo and Harrison, do you guys have like any final comments to that community?
I can get started. Really excited to see all of the activity on Moonbeam and Moonriver. It's a great support system. There's not many networks that have such an active community of supporters within the actual network. Mostly it's segmented to specific games, specific applications. But Moonbeam and Moonriver, you really see that support of the overall growth of the ecosystem. So hoping to see more building, getting ready for the first games that are going to really take off, and happy to be here in the middle of it, helping as we can along the way.
Amazing. Mateo?
No, I'm glad to see an indexer in the Moonbeam Moonriver ecosystem. I think that's going to be really helpful to explore collections and find different assets for different games that are starting to come up in this ecosystem. So I will definitely be using this tool. I think it's a nice tool for everyone. So I definitely recommend people to go and try it out, because from what I saw, it's actually a useful tool.
Love that. And so thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. It's been fantastic and very fun to have you here in Moonbeam Universe. We're going to continue hosting the Moonbeam Universe sessions twice every month. So like I'm going to drop here in the chat the link to our ecosystem projects. Like we love to hear our community. So if you guys have any favorites, who you want to see next here in these fantastic sessions, let us know. And as always, you can reach out to our team in our social media channels that I'm also going to drop here on the chat. So again, thank you so much, Mateo. Thank you so much, Harrison, for joining us. And thank you so much to the amazing community for being with us today.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much, guys.
Thank you, guys. Okay, see you guys in the next session then. Bye.
Right.